Whoa! I didn't see those guys. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Upset stomach? Ibirogast. Indigestion? Ibirogast. Bloating? Ibirogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Ibirogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Ibirogast.
To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN. Your protection against trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the deal now.
I saw war, bombing, shooting. I'm worried for my future.
كتير رعب وطبعا هلا يعني أنا بحس برعب كبير بدنا بس نعيش بأمان.
Conflict is raging across the world, and millions of children's lives are being devastated by war, hunger, disease, and poverty. We urgently need your help to reach children in crisis. Please call or go online to give just $10 a month, only 33 cents a day. We need 1,000 new monthly donors this month to help children in crisis around the world and right here at home. You can help us provide food, essentials, and life-saving medical care to children in most
بحريتنا يعني بدنا نعيش زي كل الأطفال بدنا نعيش بحرية وأمان.
In the darkest times, children suffer the most. You can help by calling right now and giving just $10 a month. All we need are 1,000 monthly donors. Please call or go online now. Your donation today can help secure additional grants, which can multiply the impact of your support up to 10 times. And when you call with your credit card, we will send you the Save the Children tote bag as a thank you for your support.
سمعت عن هاي الدنيا القصف والنزوح والخيمة. أتمنى نعود على بلادنا. قلت لك إنه هذا مستحيل.
Your small monthly donation of just $10 could be the reason a child in crisis survives. Show them they're not alone. Please call or go online to givetosave.org to help save lives.
This is before Sabotage, and this is after.
This year, lose stubborn fat permanently with Sonofello one-visit fat removal.
I wanted the results of the tummy tuck, but not the downtime. I'm so happy.
I'm loving life. I'm loving my body. I'm loving all my loose-fitting clothes.
My waist is comfort. My belly is flat.
There's no booch anymore.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Call now or go to sonovello.com.
Update for you. A couple of weeks ago, we covered closely the story of a little agency, an independent nonprofit in Washington called the Institute of Peace. The so-called Doge outfit, run by President Trump's top campaign donor, literally forced their way into this agency in an operation that reportedly involved the FBI, the State Department's Diplomatic Security Service, and a private security firm. Bizarrely, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C. also threatened the leaders of this Institute of Peace, threatened them with criminal investigation and criminal prosecution. They ultimately called in Washington's Metropolitan Police Force, who then physically evicted the staff of the Institute and handed the headquarters over to Elon Musk's so-called Doge team. That is how they got inside. And now, new developments. Late Friday night, these people working for Trump's campaign donor, Elon Musk, they tried to fire basically all of the employees of this institute. 200 or 300 people all fired in the wee hours on Friday night. The Washington Post reports that the termination notices that went out late on Friday night were, quote, riddled with mistakes, including misspellings of employees' names, a misspelling of the institute's title, and a misspelling of the month of April. I mean, February maybe, but they can't spell April? And they're in charge of destroying the American government? Can't our cartoonish villains at least be grown-ups? How about May? Did you guys spell May? The thing that has always made this story even weirder and wilder than it already obviously is that the U.S. Institute of Peace isn't like part of the executive branch. It's an independent nonprofit created by Congress over 40 years ago. It's largely funded by its own private endowment. The people who work there aren't federal government employees. The U.S. Institute of Peace owns its own headquarters and controls the land the building sits on. But apparently now, Donald Trump and his top campaign donor are trying to steal that building. Seriously. Included in a court filing tonight is this letter from the 28-year-old Doge Bro who has been installed as the ostensible new head of this institute, offering to give the institute's headquarters building to the General Services Administration, which is like the federal government's landmark. Quote, in my capacity as president of the United States Institute of Peace, says Child, quote, I write to request that the General Services Administration accept transfer of excess property of the United States Institute of Peace. I have determined that USIP no longer needs the property. The Institute's ousted leaders have asked a federal judge today to stop Doge and the Trump administration from stealing their building. A federal judge in Washington, D.C. has scheduled a hearing on this for tomorrow morning. These guys have done some crazy stuff, but this is bananas. Watch this space.
Zip like we play, zip like we dress. Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to SafeFlight.com and schedule a fix in minutes.
Can confirm. Very easy.
SafeFlight can come to you for free, and our highly trained techs can replace your windshield right at your home. Safe like repair, safe like replace. Go to SafeFlight.com and schedule a replacement today.
I'm Dan Oliver, the owner and founder of Dano's Seasoning. TikTok helped Dano's grow from a one-man show to 45 team members in Louisville, Kentucky. Now we're going to be in 20,000 grocery stores nationwide.
Upset stomach? Ibirogast. Indigestion? Ibirogast. Bloating? Ibirogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Ibirogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Ibirogast. Work. Play. Blink. Relief. Work. Play. Blink. Relief.
The only 3-in-1 extended relief formula for dry eyes.
Blink.
These mushrooms make you feel better. They increase focus and energy while keeping you calm and stress-free. Plus, they cut down on bloat and heal your gut. But when they taste good, someone should make a coffee out of this stuff. Rise. Feel better.
When I was diagnosed with HIV, I didn't know who I would be.
But here I am.
Being me.
Keep being you and ask your healthcare provider about the #1 prescribed HIV treatment, Biktarvy.
Biktarvy is a complete one-pill, once-a-day treatment used for HIV in many people, whether you're 18 or 80. With one small pill, Biktarvy fights HIV to help you get to undetectable and stay there, whether you're just starting or replacing your current treatment. Research shows that taking HIV treatment as prescribed and getting to and staying undetectable prevents transmitting HIV through sex. Serious side effects can occur, including kidney problems and kidney failure. Rare, life-threatening side effects include a buildup of lactic acid and liver problems. Don't take Biktarvy if you take dofetamide or rifampin. Tell your healthcare provider about all the medicines and supplements you take. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, or have kidney or liver problems. If you have hepatitis B, don't stop taking Biktarvy without talking to your healthcare provider. Common side effects were diarrhea, nausea, and headache.
No matter where life takes you, Biktarvy can go with you. Talk to your healthcare provider today.
Comcast Business doesn't just power businesses. We help turn them into logistics mastery, supply chain transforming, seamlessly restocking, frictionless paying, Pokeball ordering, cybersecurity, mobile access granting, data managing. Welcome to the worlding of modern businesses. Powering the engine of modern business, Comcast Business.
I found my treasure.
I found my treasure. I found my treasure.
I found my treasure.
I found all my treasure in JB's Fantastic Finds.
Discover your treasure on JB's Fantastic Finds.
Where the worlds of myth and fantasy collide with jewelry.
Such a deal. The show's amazing. Sold, sold, sold.
Sold, sold, sold.
Sold, sold, sold.
Watch JB's Fantastic Finds with John Bastow to discover your treasure.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice. If your car is out of warranty, your car breakdown can eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone can cost you $3,000. And that engine, how much you love your kids. Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call Car Shield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-719-5416.
I have news that will make you happy. You know how Lawrence said he was going away for a week, and then that week elapsed and he still didn't come back? He was gone for a whole nother week? That ends tomorrow. Lawrence is back tomorrow. Yay! He was under the weather, he had an infection, but he's all better. He's going to be back tomorrow. I told you would be happy to hear it. It's very exciting. So tonight, for one last night, the great Simone Sanders is in for Lawrence. Good evening, Simone.
Good evening, Rachel. I too was like, Lawrence, now do I need to come find you? But he assures us all he's looking forward to seeing everyone tomorrow.
We're going to make him stay on the air for like 17 hours covering Wisconsin and Florida election results. That'll show him.
Absolutely. We need to see him. We need his insights and his brilliance. Have a good night, Rachel.
Thanks, Simone.
Folks, we have breaking news at this hour. Senator Cory Booker has just started his fourth hour of disrupting business as usual on the Senate floor. Yes, there's Senator Booker right there. He's a member of the Judiciary Committee, and he rose just after 7 p.m. Eastern to speak out, and here's why.
In just 71 days, the President of the United States has inflicted so much harm on Americans' safety, financial stability, the core foundations of our democracy, and even our aspirations as a people for, from our highest offices, a sense of common decency. These are not normal times in America. They should not be treated as such. The threats to American people and American democracy are grave and urgent, and we all must do more. We all must do more against them. But those 10 words, if it is to be, it is up to me. All of us have to think of those 10 words, 10 two-letter words. If it is to be, if it is up to me, because I believe generations from now will look back at this moment and have a single question. Where were you? Where were you when our country was in crisis and when American people were asking for help? Help me. Did we speak up?
Did we speak up? If it is to be, it is up to me. The threats to American democracy are grave. And Senator Booker hadn't even mentioned Elon Musk. Tonight, we are less than 10 hours from polls opening in the state Supreme Court election in Wisconsin, where Elon Musk is on the ballot. Not literally on the ballot, but you wouldn't know from Musk's rally this weekend in Green Bay.
What's happening on Tuesday is a vote for which party controls the U.S. House of Representatives. That is why it is so significant. And whichever party controls the House, it to a significant degree controls the country, which then steers the course of Western civilization. So it's like, I feel like this is one of those things that may not seem that it's going to affect the entire destiny of humanity, but I think it will.
See, Elon Musk was there in Wisconsin this weekend at a rally of about 2,000 people who wore a Green Bay Packers cheesehead hat and gave out two more $1 million checks to voters who signed a petition against activist judges, including the chairman of the Wisconsin College Republicans. Now, some Wisconsin voters, they are not buying Musk's stunt.
He's trying to buy the election. He's trying to pay people to vote. It's illegal. He can't be doing it. It needs to be stopped. It's just a political move to try to advance his own agenda.
He's the richest man in the world. He's got endless amounts of money.
Interesting.
Who else is he going to try and buy next?
Who is he going to try and buy next? That's from the mouths of ordinary voters. Now, while Musk wants us to think he's the one running for Supreme Court in Wisconsin, he isn't. On the ballot is liberal candidate, former prosecutor, and current county judge Susan Crawford. and conservative candidate Brad Schlemmer, who is the former Wisconsin State Attorney General, who's also now a county judge. Here's what both of the candidates said about this.
This week is the only week that is going to be like,
well, it's yeah. Like it some days. Elon Musk is coming into the state of Wisconsin to try to buy a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. I think people across the country should be pretty worried about that.
He can do whatever he wants with his money. That's his money. It's not my business. If there's a problem with this, that's somebody else's problem to work out. It's not mine. It's not my business.
Oh, a sitting judge. It's not my business. Okay. You know what? If Elon Musk's meddling was popular with voters, do you think that the Republican he's supporting will be responding to opportunities to talk about Musk with lame dodges like, it's not my business? That's what's being exposed in these special election campaigns and in the town halls Democrats are holding across the country. Elon Musk may look invincible in his broad social media bubble, but in the real world, it is very different. Just ask Republican Congresswoman Victoria Sparks, who held a town hall in Indiana this weekend.
I think the courage is stopping the death from being fixed. Back here.
See ya!
I think they're behind the back.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about on your side. Because it's hanging off the edge of the bed on this side. Up underneath here, it's hanging off the bed.
Okay.
Folks, and let me just tell you, it was a ruby red district, Indiana's congressional
Is that right?
It is not a bastion of democratic liberalism. But you see, this is the road. Make the Republicans meet reality, the voters, the reality of the spending cuts and their impact on state and local governments, on people. Senator Booker read letters from his constituency.
Sally and Mike, we rely on Medicaid for our 2 adult children with disabilities for long-term care, especially for my daughter who just finished her 2.5-year chemo treatment regime.
If I have another sip of that wine and I do the same thing again, I know that it's one.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the Republican. That's what I was going to ask. Did you just do that would make a difference? And that's where that's the trick.
But I didn't.
That's the trick because it will. So that means you have to, and then you're drinking.
But I drank last night, not this morning.
And 2 very elderly parents who couldn't survive. It just took how long it took for it to break down. Please do everything in your power to help fund the system to pull out. Cut Medicaid in any way.
Wait a minute, you mean to tell me if I drink the night before, around maybe 8 p.m., and I get up the next morning and go drive Uber around 4 p.m., it's still in my system.
Yeah. That sandwich generation taking care of children and because think about it, you didn't even urinate yet. You're taking care of adult children and 90-plus-year-old parents. I hear you. Judith, she goes right to the point. Please stop Trump. Please stop Trump now. He's going after Medicaid. I have an adult, severely autistic granddaughter who relies on Medicaid for her special needs program. They gave you 4? Because the minimum was 3. The country is judged by how it meets the needs of the weakest people, she writes. Please stop him. I want to read your words again, Judith. A country is judged by how it meets the needs of the weakest people. A country is judged by how it meets the needs of the weakest people.
We are continuing to watch Senator Booker's speech, and we will bring you more later. But first, joining us now is Wisconsin Representative Mark Pocan. He serves on the Appropriations Committee and is co-chair of the Labor Caucus. He held a town hall on Friday. Okay, Congressman, thank you for being here tonight. What did you hear from the voters in your district?
Well, thank you, Simone. People are really concerned. They're going to lose their health care through Medicaid and through the Affordable Care Act. They're afraid they're going to lose food subsidies for people who are less well off. They're afraid they're losing funding for education. They're afraid they're losing the things that is getting the middle class and starting to leave the middle class that benefit from this country simply because Elon Musk and Donald Trump want a tax break. So people are bluntly pissed. They're nervous. They want to speak out and they want someone to listen to them. And I've seen that at every town hall I've done.
It's a required ingredient in a ritual.
And it really struck me how so many people are paying attention. People are very tuned in, and I can imagine folks are hyper tuned in given the election in Wisconsin on tomorrow. What is the feeling on the ground?
But don't drink again tonight, because you'll have residual.
A key player, a central figure, if you will, in this election.
I think that's going to backfire. Elon Musk is this unelected billionaire who's going around taking away programs from people, firing people. He's kind of a central casting villain in many ways, and now he's coming to Wisconsin, spent $20 million on behalf of the conservative Supreme Court justice candidate, and just gave away a couple $1 million in this kind of election scheme. Look, Wisconsin's a very fair state. We're so ethical that when I was in the legislature, you couldn't even take a cup of coffee from a lobbyist as a member of the state legislature. Not even a cup
Oh,
of
really?
coffee.
What about the racism, buddy? Number one segregated city in America is in Wisconsin.
It's going to backfire. People are very upset with what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing. They don't want some outsider coming in trying to buy a Supreme Court justice.
Aside from all of this,
Nope, he was from Minnesota.
49.6% of the vote in Wisconsin. I am struck by the switch game tonight on the eve of this election. You got some Bitcoin bookers, the whole day court in the United States say for as long as he's booked for 584. He said he rides this one because our nation is in a crisis. Do you share that concern, Congressman?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I share that concern.
It's my computer.
They're just concerned about what Donald Trump and Elon Musk are doing in this country. So what I do what Senator Booker's doing right now, and very much appreciated in the Senate, whether it's us doing town halls in neighboring Republican districts because they're all hiding in their basements and afraid to talk to their constituents.
No, it's just been going on for a while. I've been using it.
People want us to defend American values. Stand up against an unelected billionaire and a president who thinks he's king. And when you do that, that's what people are asking for in these town halls. They just want to be heard.
You still want to keep hearing news, or you want to hear something else?
This country won't change in a negative way just for the richest and for the billionaire class. This really is about oligarchs versus the rest of us.
Councilman Mark Pocan, thank you very much for your time tonight. Joining us now are Congressman Eric Swalwell of California, who also sits on the Judiciary Committee, and Melissa Murray, professor of law at New York University. She is also an MSNBC legal analyst. Rep. Swalwell, not normal times. Senator Booker quoted, noted, if it is to be, it is up to me. Not normal times. Elon Musk out here trying to buy a state Supreme Court seat in Wisconsin. House Republicans plotting about federal judges.
How come she kept her job, but they got rid of Joy?
They got rid of Joy because of her points of view and the way she said it. Joy is more
philosophy around the judiciary or our Constitution. It's just a power grab. These guys want to impeach judges who disagree.
But I like the way she comes off better. Even though her head is bald, she wasn't all weaved up and all that stuff like that. It's professional. It's, you know.
They probably say you can only have one.
I just, when she makes point of views, they are without side note connotation, without ethnic backgroundisms. You know, I like the way her and Ivy Phillips, they articulate themselves because they express their thoughts without, you making it like it's a talk show or something like that. If you wanted that, we'll go to TV or something like that, you know what I mean? But I like the way she does stuff.
People outside of Congress, they'll go one run higher in their own lives to
Gotcha.
our burden of democracy.
I don't know, I just closed my finger on why I didn't,
This hearing tomorrow
you know,
from the Judiciary Committee, and we should know it is
I don't
the
know.
children Jordan that called this
She was just gossipy,
specifically to talk about ways to rein in federal
instead of
judges whose
music.
rulings are unfavorable to Donald Trump.
I put
just what it
Joy
is.
in the category with Al and all that, you know?
Oh, pro-black.
And I think about the letter that Senator Booker just
I don't
read
think
from
it's
Judy
pro-black,
that said,
I
countries
think
don't
it's,
how it meets the needs of its weakest people. Please stop it.
it's one-track-mindedness, and it's time where, yeah, we have to keep that in mind, but also talk from the other side too. And
A voice of an old era.
somewhere, I can't put my finger on it, but their conversation and the way they put things is more well-rounded. Sensible people would agree more because it's taken into consideration, you know, the bigger audience.
So that's not what's going on here. Like, they have no way of holding these judges to account through the impeachment process. So what I think is going on here is that this is an effort to sow discontent among the public, to discredit these judges in the eyes of the public, so that ultimately we can move past stochastic violence.
I don't think Joy had a legal background either, but then she was short hair. She got a legal background. She's a good one too.
When this administration criticizes these judges, criticizes these decisions, you have a public that is prepared and receptive to believe that. And that's critically important for the judiciary because unlike Congress, it doesn't have the power of the purse, it can't withhold funds.
You know, she don't have no hair, her makeup. I mean, she's not all tatted down and she wears nails and, you know, she still looks very feminine. Whereas Joy is...
Congressman, this reminds me of what Donald Trump attempted to do and frankly was successful in getting a large swath of the American public to believe as it relates to the 2020 election. And since then, January 6th, he convinced an entire swath of people who follow him and believe him that he actually won the 2020 election when we know he did not. He convinced scores and hundreds and hundreds of people to take up arms and go to the Capitol on January 6th to right the wrong that was a quote-unquote stolen election.
Okay, so what are they going to do? They already know what he's doing. They can't really do anything. When they got people hung up for this, like, for what? They can't do anything right now. They don't have the Senate. They don't have the other thing that they need to make the rules. Only Republicans can do stuff.
To live forever.
And
to your point and Professor Murray's point,
right now they're just sitting back getting rich.
These judges, and so he, just like the 2020 election, he doesn't need everyone to believe the election was stolen. He just needs enough people to believe it, so that way the next time a ruling goes against him, he doesn't have to follow it. The courts are actually working right now.
Is this what the fuck they're talking about?
Cases, but we need those to be speed bumps or barriers along the way to an election where we can get a Congress that can truly hold him accountable. Now,
but if somebody's saying that so many people are disrupted and saying that election's stolen now, or are they just spewing out stuff so they have nothing else to talk about?
To disrupt business. So it's a marathon speech.
In California, New York, Illinois, Colorado, Democratic states, they have their own law enforcement powers as well if Donald Trump is going to disobey court orders. But you have to make the stakes clear now. You have to tell Donald Trump and his administration what the cost will be. I don't want these guys to have any ambiguity, and so we need to be
I should have reset it, but I'm just trying to do something. Because it's not loading.
So who are they making this speech to?
The American people.
Title 10 funding that was set to be distributed tomorrow.
Who's up in this?
Maine, Missouri, Mississippi,
That'll be actually optimistic.
Utah will receive a zero
Don't those people have good times?
Most of Pennsylvania, Minnesota,
I'm
and
so
Alaska
sleepy.
as well. Other states impacted include Connecticut, Idaho, Indiana, Kentucky, New Hampshire, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, and Virginia. Talk about these cuts. This is family planning, and this is healthcare funding.
That's exactly right, Simone. The administration has issued these orders to Title X providers throughout the state, saying that they are going to have their funding frozen until the administration has an opportunity to look into them. Apparently, some of these organizations are fighting systemic racism according to their materials, and the administration would find that objectionable. DEI has been listed as one of the reasons for pumping the freeze. It's really important for the audience to understand that Title X has been in place since Richard Nixon. Nixon signed it into law. This is really a legal switch program. It's a Republican providing for family planning measures for those who are among the most indigent in society. Title X provides health care for cancer screenings, for birth control, for family planning, a range of different services for a number of people who cannot afford private health care. And again, I just want to emphasize what we are seeing in the realm of immigration, where they are going after undocumented persons and then individuals who are lawful visa holders. They'll eventually keep going. This is the same kind of playbook, starting with the most vulnerable among us, where the rest of us are like, I'm fine, I can go to my doctor, I can get birth control, I can get these screenings. But they'll start with them and then keep moving. And the entire plan, as laid out in Project 2025, is to start here with the most vulnerable and to keep moving toward eliminating this kind of health care for all Americans.
Melissa Murray, thank you. Congressman Eric Swalwell, thank you. We'll be watching that hearing this week. Senator Booker focuses in hour 4 of his marathon speech because these are not normal times. We will come back to it. But coming up next, Vladimir Putin escalated his humiliation of Donald Trump today, and we'll get into that next.
I'm sorry, what?
There are days I feel stuck in my head. Even on an antidepressant, lingering depression symptoms can make it hard to break through. I wanted more from my antidepressant. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Vraylar isn't approved for elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening,
Young
or
adults,
uncontrolled muscle movements,
teenagers.
which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, tremors, slow or uncontrolled body movements, restlessness and feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Breaking through to you. Ask about Vraylar.
OCD is more than what you see on TV and in the movies. It comes with unrelenting, intrusive images, thoughts, and urges. If you have OCD and need help, you can get better with specialized treatment. Go to nocd.com to learn more.
To me, all services is a scam.
God, you! You look a lot taller now. Wait a minute, that's not
That's not. No, it's not.
What show is he?
He's a real life version of Groundskeeper, really.
Absolutely not. I have you.
Oh.
I know when I'm putting down my foot.
What can we do to it?
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about. We save hundreds by putting our home in auto insurance.
Take care. It's pronounced Liberty. Liberty. She's mocking me. Very mature.
That's an FU too.
Hey, I'm not the one acting like a total baby.
Your cosmetics are on point.
Only pay for what you need. Liberty.
Power E-Trade's easy-to-use tools like dynamic charting and risk-reward analysis help make trading feel effortless. And its customizable scans with social sentiment help you find and unlock opportunities in the market. E-Trade from Morgan Stanley. With powerful, easy-to-use tools, Power E-Trade makes complex trading easier. React to fast-moving markets with dynamic charting, and a futures ladder that lets you place
Whatever you decide.
or reverse orders. So
Technology and budget.
E-Trade from Morgan Stanley.
After challenges, you bounce back stronger. Now, Damage Care can too. New Dove Intensive Repair with Bioprotein Care plus Amino Serum. Replace hair with
Is the local coming
Oh yeah, I'm going to tomorrow too.
Women like successful rancher Helen J. Stewart, educator Maud Fraser, and aviatrix Peg Crockett. These are just a few of the many groundbreaking women who helped make our community what it is today. Brought to you by Sam and Ash Injury Law. This Women's History Month, we celebrate the power of women who make a difference. Just like Ash, injured in a crash.
So
Call Sam and Ash
all
because you deserve
white
what's
and
right.
Asian women. Really?
Before I even arrive at the Oval Office, I will have the disastrous war between Russia and Ukraine settled. It will be settled quickly.
Well, it has been, by my count, 70 days. How's Trump's attempt to flatter Vladimir Putin into a deal going? Well, today, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a massive military draft of 160,000 men ordered into service, the largest conscription in 14 years. The New York Times reports the White House, for 2 months, has warmly embraced the Kremlin. But President Vladimir Putin of Russia has given little in return. His forces have carried on bombarding Ukraine, both on the front and deep into the Ukrainian heartland. He has barely budged in peace negotiations, granting an agreement to an unconditional 30-day ceasefire with
So Trump embarrassed himself for nothing.
Talks, voicing requirements
And he's
for
getting
Black
nothing
Sea
from
truce
it.
in recent days. Then, during an Arctic appearance late last week, Mr. Putin suggested a temporary Ukrainian government might need to be installed. Trump says he plans to speak with Putin this week, but just yesterday, Trump told NBC News that he's, quote, angry and pissed off at Putin for attacking Ukrainian President Zelensky's credibility to govern. This from Donald Trump, who once called Putin a genius, has repeatedly downplayed Putin's aggression and all this.
Putin is saying it the way
Zelensky's credibility in that
Vance and Trump went after that other president online was stupid.
House Armed Services Committee begs Trump to stand up to Putin. He writes, in recent weeks, too many of my fellow Republicans, including Mr. Trump, have treated Russia with velvet gloves, shying away from calling out Mr. Putin's flatly illegal war and even blaming Ukraine for starting it. Supporting Ukraine is also about sending a clear message to authoritarian leaders worldwide that America will not appease or condone the violent conquest of the weak by the strong. The administration,
Like I said before, I could have swore a couple weeks ago, I was like, well, a normal person would know that if they just have a history of turning on people, that's all they do. That's all they know. That's all they've ever known. And I'm sorry, I look at Putin as somebody who's been around for many lifetimes. He doesn't look welcoming. He doesn't seem to be.
He just pooped his pants not too long ago, so his health is declining. He could be dead any day.
Well, he was right. I think he expressed the
Putin was Putin on himself.
A lot of people on both sides of the aisle. You know, it used to be foreign policy was bipartisan. It used to be that we recognized that Russia was a threat, an enemy, that we embraced our allies, that we defended democracy. The problem is that Trump has gone against every principle that we've had governing U.S. foreign policy for the past 80 years. So it's good to see Representative Bacon standing up. Wish we saw more Republicans standing up for doing what was right and doing what, frankly, Americans have been fighting and dying for the past century.
So it's very clear that the dominance guys are now being humiliated by Vladimir Putin. Do you think they understand that they're being humiliated? And now does Zelensky have an opportunity here?
Well, there's a little bit of the kind of autocratic Russian nesting doll, you know, the smaller ones inside of the bigger ones trying to, you know, make their impression on the ones that are even smaller than them. So Trump bullies people here, Putin bullies Trump. But, you know, as far as Trump's comment,